When we look at the Development Cloud overall, we really see the power of unified and connected across the enterprise. In this particular case, we're going to demonstrate how we can launch a quality investigation, initiate a supplier change, and complete some regulatory activities, including some super secret ones. Avril, would you like to start?
Well, sure, Jen. I don't know if you've heard, but there was recently a quality event that was lodged regarding some discoloration of some pills. It sounds kind of serious.
I did hear something about that. Wasn't it in our Radnor facility? Can we take a look at that?
It was. It's actually been assigned to me. I was hoping you'd look at it with me, so that's great. So Jen, as you can see here, we actually have had to destroy some batches and halt production on the line. This looks like it's going to be significant.
It does look significant. Halting production certainly is a significant action. Are we sure it's that bad? Is there a way we can take a look at a picture of the pills maybe?
We actually did get a picture with the person who lodged the complaint. Check this out.
Oh, that is pretty bad. I can see why they halted production.
Right. Those white splotches are not itty-bitty. So
No, they're not at all.
Now, pretty big problem, right?
It is a pretty big problem. So I think we probably need to launch an investigation. Has that started?
Well, that's the next step here. I'm going to complete the review and agree that we do indeed need to launch an investigation. So by updating that action here, you'll see my quality event morph into now having to collect additional information such as investigation info, root cause info. I mean, these are all the next steps we're going to need to take.
So one thing I noted as we were scrolling through is the supplier on this, Superfarm Manufacturing. Isn't that the supplier we had a problem with last year with some of the bug parts?
It absolutely is. This time last year was when it started, but we've had a number of issues since that time, and I think it's probably worth taking a look at the Supplier Dashboard to really see if the anecdotal evidence matches the empirical evidence here.
Good idea, and I can see, in fact, Superfarm Manufacturing has a lot more infractions than our other suppliers. Have we started looking at maybe making a change?
Well, now that we're chatting about this, in fact, I think when they hit 4 deviations, we began a change control process, and I see that there's an active one here. I suspect that's it. Let's take a look.
Sounds good. And I can see there's a lot of good information here around the change control. There's certainly some activities that have been started. We can see that there are change actions in process. The one I really want to take a look at, though, is filing of the CM&C variation for the approved Labrador market in the U.S.
Right, exactly right. I mean, as you look at this is where it starts to get heavily intertwined with the regulatory processes. And as you can see, we actually have a relationship already over to regulatory to look at the regulatory activities that are associated with this particular change control.
Yep, and there's that U.S. one I wanted to have a look at. Can we maybe see where they are with the submission?
Yep, absolutely. Simply by clicking in, you'll see that we have a related submission already underway for this particular activity.
Now, how can I tell the content of that particular submission? I see a lot of good information here, but I'd really like to see where we are.
Well, because there's already a content plan associated, I can be sure that they've begun the document collection to support that submission. By clicking in, you get a really good view of where we're at.
So this shows me some interesting things, and the green balls look like those documents are maybe ready to go, but the yellow one, I'm not quite sure I understand. These are new to me.
Well, there's a little bit of magic happening here, Jen. In our regulatory environment, we have Vault Publishing also installed. So now, as you're collecting documents as part of your content plan, we are automatically and continuously publishing them to the archive as well. So when they're green, not only does that mean we've collected them, but it means that it's been successfully validated and published. Now, the one that's marked as half yellow, in fact, means that there's no matched documents. So we're going to have to manually match that, I think.
I think we can probably find the right document and get this done. Let's go ahead and take a look.
So we can open the document expected item, and from here we can actually add a document right from our library.
Oh, there's the document we're looking for.
Perfect.
Let's go ahead and add that in.
So now that it's added in, we're good to go.
Yep, it looks like it's all green. So what do I have to do now in order to get it published? Is it hours? Is it days? Is it weeks? I'm not really sure of the size of this particular submission.
Well, that is the magic of Vault Publishing, Jen, is it's no longer a wait till I have every document and then start the arduous process of publishing. Now, as we collect the documents into their relative sections, we're always continuously incrementally validating and publishing. So if this was the last document that we needed, then this is the last piece. It is literally being published to the submission archive as we speak. The full ECTD format is now here generated with all its leaf information, everything you would expect. And from here, we could either push it to the gateway to get it to the FDA, or we can download it and actually send it out to affiliates or whatever we might need to do. It's ready. Nothing else required.
So this is actually my published output. This is my ECTD, but it's all been created inline seamlessly with my activities to get the documents done.
Exactly right. No big risk at the end. It's happening all along the way.
So let me understand. We went from a deviation in one of our facilities in Radnor. We looked at the pill picture to make sure that it really was a problem. We understood the profile of the supplier to see that there were a number of deviations. We initiated a change control. We looked at the change actions that were a result of that change control. We saw the CM&C variation that had been filed, looked at the one in particular in the U.S., matched a document into the missing document placeholder in the content plan, and then we were able to automatically generate published output?
That's exactly right, Jen. And how long did it take us? About 5 minutes.
Wow, that really is unified and connected across the enterprise.